Okay, I'm just about to weigh myself. Let's do this. This is even me leaning heavily onto the scale because I'm actually filming it with my camera. 1175, and that is the power of intermittent fasting. I'm gonna share this with you. Lost basically a kilo. Bam. It's official. Back. 1176. Wow. That was difficult. I'm making sure everything's set up like usual. Just bear with me. Let me just get a top on. So I'm just talking all cray. I've had a hard night. My brain was just, I don't know. As you can tell, yesterday was a day and a half yesterday. Intermittent fasting. That's been my secret weapon since probably about, I wish I knew properly. But I can't be bothered to slow down a recording just to to look back at my records and everything else, because basically I just woke up downhearted, pissed. You could tell I was yesterday. I hate hitting the gym and getting nowhere. I hate plateauing, and I definitely hate regressing back now. I despise it. I hate it real bad. And it does get me down, and it might seem a bit excessive, but when you've lost the amount of weight I've lost, and you've kind of got to where you've always got to, and you're thinking yes, because I've done a video probably about a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, and then I put it up, I think just a while back, just probably about a week ago or whatever, celebrating that I'd hit 117, I think it was 1174 or something like that, but I just kind of rounded it off and said 1117, I think. But it's the lowest I've ever been. And then to hit it, be in there for about 3-4 days, and then bang, come out of it. And for me to get back in there, it was a fight. And I'll tell you what the fight was. It wasn't me not going to the gym, so I went to the gym. It's to do with the flipping eating. I hate it. Anytime you start binging a little bit, I spoke a little bit about it yesterday, a couple of snacks here and there and everything else, it starts impacting so much on, if you just mess up your diet plan. And I've got to be truthful, you do need a diet plan. You need some kind of eating regime when you're losing weight, to keep losing weight. And my philosophy is, my understanding is that I know once I hit a particular weight and I want to stay there, it's not too, you don't have to be so, you don't have to have so much of a regime once you get to where you want to get to. Even to do the amount of time you go to the gym. I hit the gym as much as I do, and I concentrate on the food as much as I do, for one thing and one thing only, to get to the weight where I want to get to. Because once you get to the weight where you want to get to, wherever it is, if you kind of fluctuate up or down a little bit, you're able to tweak it, because you've learned and you've cut off so much of that added waste that was on you. But until you get there, you've got to be militant, because if not, it's just going to take you so long to get there. And that's why I've just been so ticked off, to tell the truth, because it's taken me 17 months to get to where I am now. And since August, I think August the 10th, August the 11th or 12th, I just went, I wish I checked before, but my laptop's not on, and checking everything else, but I was about 100 and I don't even know. I don't know, I might have been about 100, yeah, luckily my brain's kicking in. I was around about 128, 129 kilos. So between that time till now, I've lost basically 10, 11 kilos. And the way I done it was I was going to the gym and eating as I usually eat, and then I started gymming, and not started gym. Well, basically, yeah, because I hadn't gymmed before that for about a good about a good month. Maybe 3 weeks, maybe a month is too much of an exaggeration, but a good 3 weeks or whatever. My diet was sort of in place, but just becoming lax. And this is what I'm on about. It you can just, and then it was going up and down like that for months. It's just crazy. And that's made up my mind. I'm gonna just get militant with things, and then other things made up my mind to start doing videos, which I've spoken about before. So I'm gonna talk about now. But so I started hitting the gym, started concentrating on my eating properly. Then in I think it's the beginning of September. Was it? I can't even remember. I haven't even recorded it properly, which is a shame in one sense. But basically, at some point in time, I don't know whether it was near to the end of September. I think it was no. I think it's when I started putting up the videos around about October. October the not start putting up the videos, but set up the channel. It was about October the 3rd or 4th. I started intermittent fasting because what had happened is I was losing weight, but it's just gradual. And the way intermittent fasting works, in a nutshell, is basically you eat, but rather than eating throughout the day, you kind of choose a point of time when you're going to eat. This is how I understand it, and this is how I've been doing it. You kind of choose a point of time in the day when you're going to eat, and you kind of compress all your meals into one. You don't overeat, you don't overindulge. And I've done a combination of that, and then also calorie control. So yes, there is a calorie, excuse me, deficit, but that's what's worked for me. I'm not saying this is what you've got to do. I'm saying this is what I've had to do to get through things. I've had to just curtail certain eating habits and so forth. And what it's done is it's sped up. I mean, it hasn't multiplied by loads and loads, but it's sped up and it's been consistent, and I've been able to get through it. There's been some days when I struggle, so I have a little bit more to eat, or I'll eat a little bit past the time. But what I usually try to do is I'll basically eat about half three the earliest. I usually start eating around about 4 o'clock. So that's why I was hitting my gym later before, over that period of time. There was a period of time I was hitting the gym later, as you may or may not be aware. And then what would happen is I'd go to gym. I'll usually go to gym with an empty stomach anyway. Recently, I'd stopped the intermittent fasting and went to gym with food in my stomach and everything else, and was eating a little bit more. And that's even including all the binge eating and everything else. I'd put up the weight. The weight was more so from the binge eating though, and not going to the gym. But then I'd kind of calibrated everything, that I was basically probably eating an extra three and a half to say 400 calories, maybe even a little bit more a day. And then I was basically having my oatmeal before I go to the gym rather than after. And I was able to level off. So I know I can level now. I know I can stay plateau, but it doesn't matter what I'm doing. Nothing's gonna come off. It's just I'm just gonna be there at a level. And I've done that for a week, and it was ticking me off, to tell the truth. But I didn't do it properly, I have to admit, because I was binge eating in between that with things like flipping monkey nuts and other bits, and nothing negative, but just overeating on the good food that I'm having, the good calories, but having more of them. So I couldn't really tell. So I was having monkey nuts and peanuts mainly. What else did I have? I had Pringles before, but that was not way before, but about a week ago. A week and a bit ago, and that's what really kind of threw everything. It didn't throw anything up straight away. For the first 2 or 3 days, my body was fine with it, but then suddenly, bang, it just went off key. And then I had all that stuff in my system where I thought, okay, I'll stop Pringles, then I got monkey nuts and everything else. Replaced the Pringles with monkey nuts and everything else, and hope it. Because that's why I try to say, just keep away from that stuff. Because as soon as you go down there, it's like a slope down. So basically yesterday what I decided to do, I was 1185 or 1186 or 1187, And it's been, or 1184, it's something like that, because I've been fluctuating at 118 and so forth. And usually my weight goes down a little bit by bit. Not sometimes it's a fluctuation, but at the end of the particular week it comes down a little bit, and it's just been progressively like that. I will lose basically half a kilo or a kilo, and then obviously that hasn't been happening for about the past 2 weeks. So my brain has just been going and going crazy. And some people might say, yeah, you're spazzing out too much on it. You're focusing too much on it and everything else. But the reason being is because I want to be where I've been and get beyond that and get way beyond that as well. Not because I am lost in it all, but I'm just frustrated with the amount of years of going through the same cycle, and I'm just tired of it. I'm just tired, and it's relentless. You can tell with some of the videos where I talk about, okay, I'm going to the gym now and everything. It's not easy. That's what I'm trying to put over to you guys. Is when I see people say it's easy or it's this or that, I don't cringe, but I know it's easy for some people. But there's many of us that it's not easy for, and I know that there's many of them saying that it's easy and they're just lying. Not because I want to be a hater, because I just know. Once you get to where you get to, and then you're able to basically sustain yourself to where you are, it's so easy to deceive yourself and say things as they're not a lot of the time. So I'm a believer that in the camp of basically YouTube, we've got those that are really telling the truth, those that are sort of telling the truth, and then those that are just blatantly just chatting cack. And that's the whole reason why I wanted to do my channel. Not the whole reason, this is one of the reasons why I wanted to do my channel, is because it's just to cut out the BS at the end of the day. I'm not articulate in any shape or form. I'm not doing no polished videos in any shape or form. I'm not the finished article in any shape or form. But what I'm wanting to bring to the table is just someone who's obese, that's generally trying to lose weight, and is trying all these different bits and pieces. People say, oh, I tried this, I tried that, I tried that. Because that's how it is, that's the reality. And everyone's body reacts different at the end of the day. I've got no secret silver bullet. Anyone that has got that and says that is lying to you, to themselves, and to the world, and to the community. Because that's why there's all these things that try to say we can do this for you through this magic pill, through this supplement, through this weight loss program and everything else. And someone tries it and it works for one person, and for another person it doesn't. Or it works for a period of time and then they just relapse back and everything else, because it's like I said before, it's a lifestyle. So I'm going to start talking a lot more to do with intermittent fasting. I mean, I just pinpricked it. I didn't even really touch it properly. I'm trying to keep my videos a lot shorter now, because I can't keep just doing loads and loads of big long videos, because people are not going to watch them. People are going to get bored of them. And at the same time, I've got to do things as well. So on that note, keeping on, and I will keep recording what's going on. And I'll break it down a little bit more. So keep watching. So keep on keeping on. Until next time, take care. And just go do it already. Bye. Okay, so it's November the 8th, the presidential election date. Clinton or Trump. D-Day. And I'm back at the gym. Feeling a little bit better today, only because I've come in, because I've actually lost some weight. So it did perk me up. I'm not going to lie, it perks you up when that happens. And broken through a barrier. As you know, it's all to do with intermittent fasting, and I'm going to be doing a series of that this week, explaining how I do it, why I do it, my understanding of it. I haven't really learned anything. I'm just using the terminology and extrapolating little bits of information. So I'm going to be going into the gym now. Had a horrible sleep. I've been up since 4:30, literally 4:30, and been trying to sleep. It didn't happen. This happens to me sometimes. I suffer with really bad insomnia, and I hate it. But that's it anyway. I'm out. Time to hit the gym. Keep on keeping on. Speak to you shortly. See ya. Well, that's it. Done another session. Felt a lot better today doing it, to tell the truth, and I remembered my flipping face towel, which is all good. But yeah, it's all about just keep going. You have good days, you have bad days. I didn't really feel like going today, to tell the truth. I didn't feel like going yesterday or the day before that. I've gone basically solid for about probably about 8 days.
So I'll take a rest or whatever, take a time off when my body just thinks it can't deal with it anymore for a bit. Take a day out, but usually I just carry on. So it's just to just say, yeah, just keep going on. Just go do it already. And just keep motivated. It's not worth letting all what you gain in losing weight get lost because you just are too tired or too consumed with self or too consumed with other things, because you need your body, you need your strength, you need your fitness. And like I said, we're going to be talking about intermittent fasting, breaking it down all this week, and to do with food and everything else. Start moving away from just hitting you 24/7 to do just pure exercise. We're going to start combining the two together. And until next time, keep on keeping on and just go do it already. Laters.